My name's Matthew Verelman. I work for Network Building and Consulting. I'm one of our professional engineers. Right now my title is Senior Fiber Lead, but I've been with the company for almost 8 years and I've worn a few different hats. Before Sitetracker, I think the big one, at least for me, was measuring efficiency and also assigning out work and assignments for our different projects to various staff. So when we started using Sitetracker, it did make a big difference already, especially when we would get new work awards from our clients. We could set them up in Sitetracker right away and you can see right away how much work volume we had coming in a given month or given time of year or even a given week. And then also too, being able to get the financial side of Sitetracker integrated with our financial and invoicing systems was huge right away. And then a little later, the design task sort of side of Sitetracker, which really helped us dial in on assigning work to staff, but also being able to measure efficiency with baseline production hours and baseline costs of things. So yeah, that was huge. That was the biggest benefit for me. Yeah, I think going back to the efficiency measurement of because before Sitetracker, we would just really measure efficiency based on looking at monthly billing reports and seeing our costs for the month and how much time people were coding the projects, but we didn't really have a task by task breakdown of that. Whereas the design tool and the design task feature of Sitetracker, we work tirelessly to create baseline production hours and costs for all of our engineering tasks, and then when we were using design tasks and assigning them to staff, they could code their actual hours that they were spending on the task once they completed, and then we could compare and see where we were really being efficient and where we weren't. So that was huge. So we could really not only measure individuals from that, but just to measure how projects were going from an efficiency standpoint. I'm not as involved in the business side, but definitely on the strategy side, I know we're always trying to find more efficient ways to do our job. And a lot of times our fees aren't necessarily going up from our clients, but our costs are going up. So we have to find efficiencies where we can. And I think Sitetracker, we're trying to figure out ways to automate data that we're entering into Sitetracker to get automated over to our design drawings and other engineering deliverables, just to reduce the tedious data input that's a lot of times duplicated. But then also continuing to refine the design task sort of tool and making sure we have good benchmarks for what's considered efficient. Yeah, I think going back to the design task feature, I use that so much just because we get a lot of different projects for a lot of different clients, but then also a lot of different tasks are associated with that one project. So you might have 10 different design tasks that need to go to different staff members based on just for one project. So Sitetracker just organizes that so well. And then the efficiency measurements in it are just a bonus. I guess the other thing I didn't really talk about that I like is sort of you can create all these different customized trackers of things. So there's can do finance trackers, but then also design task trackers. And I just really like that feature. And we use trackers to monitor workload for not only individuals, but also various teams or because we're also regionalized too. So we can set up trackers for specific regions. So I like that tool as well. Yeah, so I use a lot of design task, design trackers. So it basically just tracks various design tasks, and I'll set up, I have a few where I'll have, it's just a tracker for all design tasks that are associated with one specific team or one specific region, or even individuals that report to me. So being able to monitor how much work one individual staff member has at any given moment is really beneficial. But then also looking at it from a team, we can see where some teams might be lighter than others, so we might be able to divert tasks to other teams. I haven't really used financial trackers as much recently, but in previous roles with NB+C, I used financial trackers a lot because I started as a project manager, so was responsible for invoicing and billing and stuff like that. So I dealt with the financial side too a lot.